Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to be up here today. Good to see some familiar faces in the crowd too. My name is Ryan Case. I'm the head of sales and trading at Kinesis. My background is extensively across the commodity markets, FX markets, and cryptocurrency markets themselves too. In terms of my commodities background, I actually joined a company called ABX back in 2011. That's important here because Kinesis was actually founded by ABX. So I'm going to talk to you about the evolution of the gold standard. But what we've been doing for the better part of the last 8 years is actually trading physical gold on an online exchange-based trading platform. We have 7 vaults around the world. We have semi-annual audits of that gold. And it's not like we're just getting into this market. We've got extensive experience, extensive knowledge, extensive tech already built. We're adding that evolution, that digital currency element to our project now. So, the introduction. We're delivering an evolutionary step beyond any monetary or banking system available today. We are creating a currency or a suite of currencies based one-to-one on physical gold and silver. An important element and a distinguishing element of what we are doing, however, is adding a multifaceted yield system to this. So we don't want people to just hold gold, sit there, the hodl mentality associated with a number of cryptocurrencies. We've attached a number of yields to actually encourage people to spend, to send, to actually use these physical gold and silver holdings as currencies, as they were for thousands of years, or hundreds of years, thousands of years ago. So we've identified several problems where we feel that we can actually create value with our new suite of digital currencies. For example, cryptocurrencies and their severe price volatility, limiting their use actually as a currency. People end up holding onto these, waiting for them to, hit the next $10,000, $20,000 valuation. That means they're not used as a currency. They're not used every day. People want to hold these, wait for them to appreciate in price. The solution? Create an asset-backed digital currency, eliminating that volatility, and why not use 2 of the greatest and most stable and definable sources of value and wealth, gold and silver. An issue with the precious metals markets and many assets or physical assets themselves is that they actually they've got a cost of carry. You've got storage costs, you've got insurance costs, and this means that these assets lose out to things like securities which have a dividend or bonds which have a coupon payment, right? So what we've done, and as I mentioned earlier, is we've attached an element of yield to these, whereby we charge a small fee every time people transact with our currencies, and we remit this back out to the wider network in proportion to those who have created these by minting digital currencies using physical gold and silver, or to those that have spent them, or to indeed those that are simply holding these. And another issue, and I'll delve into this shortly too, is that a lot of the existing cryptocurrencies have a slow transaction speed associated with them. So we've done a proprietary fork of the Stellar blockchain, thereby increasing that available transactions per second and allowing for our digital currency to be used in everyday life in the same way that a currency is supposed to be used. Right, so physical gold and silver. As I say, we've got the infrastructure, we've got the architecture in place. We get semi-annual audits done of our holdings already. That gold and silver is there in vaults around the world. We're adding this element to it. It's allocated. That means that full legal title to that underlying gold is held by those who own the KAU, which is the gold coin, or the KAG silver coin. It's stored, it's insured, it's audited, and it's in your name, eliminating that counterparty risk, whereby we go insolvent. That is not in our name. Creditors cannot come after your gold stored in those vaults. This is a chart from the Bank of International Settlements released maybe a week ago. actually showing gold over here, the stability of gold relative to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So gives you an idea of the stability of gold. And what we've done is also attached a debit card element to this, allowing for instant conversion of our digital currencies into fiat currencies at point of sale. So that monetary system element, you can go and buy your cup of coffee. You can go and buy your whatever it is you need to buy, your lunch, your dinner, it's all there, instant conversion, point of sale. We've done a bespoke fork of the Stellar blockchain for our currency suite, allowing that 3,000 transactions per second scalability. It's high transaction speeds, and we've actually done a percentage-based transaction fee, which we then accumulate, and as I mentioned earlier, distribute out those fees to our network in the form of a yield, therefore incentivizing people to actually use these currencies and not sort of sit on them as an asset waiting for a capital appreciation play. This fork is allowing us to do that. And this is really where it gets interesting. This is a distinguishing feature, and this is what we're all really excited about implementing. Instead of actually paying a cost of carry for storing and insuring your physical gold, you've got a digital token, and you can actually receive a yield on those. So simply holding the Kinesis currencies in your Kinesis wallet, you can actually receive a 15% share proportionally of all the transaction fees from our network. Those that come in and actually create the Kinesis currencies by minting them, so there's no mining, it's minting. Every Kinesis gold or silver currency has got gold or silver backing it one-to-one in a vault. So the process of converting physical gold or silver into KAU or KAG and then spending it, so you have to spend it, therefore incentivizing that velocity, you then get a 5% share of those transaction fees in perpetuity. Depositors, again, on your first deposit and then spending or sending it, you get a depositor's yield, again, proportionally based on all the fees from our ecosystem. So this is how it all fits together. You send or you spend or you trade it, a fee pool is accumulated, and that's remitted out, again, across here, Kinesis holders, depositors, minters, back to you who holds those in that e-wallet. Talking about the storage and the trading, all that physical gold underlying it, we have that. We have that experience, we have that knowledge. Allocated Bullion Exchange, it's a public Australian company. And now, what are we doing now? We're in our initial token offering, pre-sale for the Kinesis Velocity token. This is how we are setting out to fund all the development. A lot of it's already there, but we're doing our pre-sale for the Kinesis Velocity token. That gives you a 20% share of all the transaction fees that are coming from our network, from our ecosystem. We've got multiple elements here. We've got the currency exchange where you actually create the new currencies. We've got the blockchain network, the Stellar fork. We've got the exchange. So Allocated Bullion Exchange, we know how to build exchanges. We're creating our own proprietary exchange for our currency suite and the Kinesis Velocity tokens, as well as other digital currencies to be traded there. And we've got a Kinesis financial network where people can exchange goods or services for our gold and silver-based currencies. Kinesis Velocity token, pre-sale at the moment. We're at booth 107. We've got a 2.5% discount until we go into public sale on the 10th of September. And that's where we're at now. Initial token sale, initial token offering pre-sale. And on the 12th of November, we actually start allowing people to come in and mint and create those digital currencies. So not far away now. All right, thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation.